And then cigarettes. Oh my goodness. So my experience smoking cigarettes is only from smoking cigarettes in the UK. I don't know. I don't know if it was peer pressure, if it was just being in that environment. Like back in the days, I want to say like 2016, 17, whatever, even earlier, I was smoking cigarettes like maybe 2014, 2015. It was just the norm to smoke cigarettes, and it was the norm to roll your own cigarettes. We used to go to the gas station or go to the store, and we would just, I guess we call it the shop, maybe even the off license, and we would ask for papers, and we would ask for this thing, I would call it backy, but it's just tobacco. And I would literally roll my own cigarettes. Everybody would do it. I would literally be leaving class for lunch, and my teachers would be rolling their own cigarettes. Now, before I knew what they were doing, I was like, oh my gosh, everybody's smoking weed, because the papers that they were getting looked like papers for joints. It was like white papers. And I'd be like, everybody's rolling joints. But like, it was just so normal to do it. And smoking cigarettes was supposed to be, I guess, like, it helps you curb your appetite. A lot of people that smoke cigarettes was very skinny because you don't want to eat. You'd rather have a cigarette. It makes your brain open up and you have all this clarity. It's supposed to make you more alert, and it just holds you for a moment. If you have a lot of stress, I guess it would make you feel like more mellow. But really, it's killing people from the inside out, because it is something that we are ingesting in our system that does not belong. And I thank God I stopped. I thank God I stopped. I used to smoke cigarettes so much, it started messing with my skin. I had asthma. I don't know what was I thinking, but I guess I was just thinking like, I was in school, I didn't know the Lord, I was super stressed out. So doing certain drugs, smoking cigarettes, and drinking excessively was what I saw people around me doing in that environment. And I just kind of like thought, okay, let me just see how other people are aiding their illnesses, how other people are aiding their issues. And that's how people were doing it. And I would see leaders doing it. Even drinking. Like, I mean, there were times when I would be going to class and I'm walking through Shoreditch to class. I look at a pub near Liverpool Street, and there's nothing but bankers and businessmen at 10 in the morning having a drink. That culture shocked me. Like, seeing that, like, it was just like, what? And then I was like, this is normal. This is what people do. You need to get with the times. And I was trying to catch up, but I never belonged there. I belonged in London at that time, but I just didn't belong in those circles doing those things. But yeah, smoking cigarettes, it wasn't a thing where, like, it wasn't as powerful as weed, but it was something that I did, and I didn't realize the harm it was causing until one day, I had a flat, and I was smoking in the house. Like, I was just doing all the wrong things. I was just really doing the wrong stuff. And I remember my window was right next to one of my neighbor's back doors, and she was an older lady, and I was just smoking and smoking and smoking. I mean, chain smoking. I mean, pack after pack. And I used to love the Marlboro Ice Blast. It's like a cigarette, and you pop a little button, and it's kind of like a vape. Like, it has like a little I don't know what that stuff was, but it tasted very icy cool while you smoke, and it smelled like this blueberry. It tastes like blueberry, I guess. And I was smoking so much. I was smoking like 3 packs a day, and like, I heard her choking on my smoke. That's when I felt bad, and that's why I was like, oh my gosh, like, what am I doing? And the thing is, like, I know that I would never smoke like this in New York. It was like, I got to London and I just was doing some crazy stuff, and I'm like, what is wrong with me? And then I started adding weed to my cigarettes, and then I guess I was making spliffs. I was just doing too much. I thank God that it never got too extreme for me. Like, I didn't really get into like the pills or coke, but no offense to anybody that did, but I know myself, I wouldn't be able to handle it. I was very much so a lightweight, because I know God did not want me doing those things, and I was just trying to fit in. I was just trying to explore things in my 20s. But I thank God I didn't go too far, because whereas some people would have been able to do coke or pop pills and still be right in the mind, who knows what could have happened to me? Who knows if I could have had a psychotic break and end up in the crazy house, because I couldn't handle it. I did have coke once because somebody laced my blunt, and I literally could not handle it until it ran through my system. Like, I literally was running in circles screaming. So I thank God that I never got addicted to it. But smoking cigarettes was too much for my body, too much for my system. I wasn't eating. I was just smoking and writing my dissertation. I was just smoking and doing my homework. And I would just smoke and do my homework. And occasionally I would go to Papa's Chicken, like a chicken shop down the street from me in Upton Park, and I would get 2 pieces of chicken and fries, and that would be like a whole meal for me. Like, that's not normal. Like, I wasn't eating enough, and I didn't care about food. I just wanted to feel good on the inside. Anyways, God delivered me, because after all that stuff happened, I went back and forth between London, and then I remember coming back to New York, and God was dealing with me. And in New York, it's very rare that you see a bunch of people. Oh, I also used to like this cigarette. It was like a Vogue cigarette. It was like this long, skinny cigarette that you would smoke, and you just looked cool. Like you looked like the Devil Wears Prada movie, or you looked like I don't know, a high fashion person. But honestly, I didn't need any of that stuff. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who Aria Isaiah Perez was. So I was trying to find myself through all these worldly things. And I thank God for saving my life. When I officially came back during the pandemic, I remember like I still had urges to buy cigarettes, and I remember I went to go buy some, and they were so expensive, and I was just like, no, because they were cheaper in the UK. And then I remember you don't see anybody smoking here. Like you don't see anybody smoking. You don't. It's like kind of like people look at you like ew a little bit if they see you smoking cigarettes. It's not really a thing for women to smoke cigarettes. When men see women smoking cigarettes here, they get turned off very, very easily. And the more that God was delivering me and dealing with me, the more I realized like there's so much things I need to give up and get rid of, and so much habits that I picked up traveling the world that are not of God and that don't please Him, and that make it harder for me in life to succeed. So smoking weed was holding me back 100%. Smoking cigarettes was harming my body and holding me back. Drinking alcohol was harming my body and holding me back, and I had to let go. I had to let go. So I wasn't starving myself anymore. I was eating a little bit more, and that was the downside. And I did, kind of develop an eating disorder because there was things that was happening to me in London. And I had an eating disorder out there, and then when I came home and then the pandemic happened, and I didn't want to do drugs anymore or drink excessively or whatever, I created another eating disorder, and I was overeating. But the difference is I wasn't smoking. I wasn't high out of my mind. I was very alert, and I started to get more serious with God and understand that all I need is Him. I don't need any drugs. I don't need any smokes. I don't need any alcohol to fill up that void. All I need is God. And I thank God because I went from the girl who couldn't live without a cigarette or a blunt or a drink, especially Hennessy. I was obsessed with it, to the girl who you would never catch me drinking, smoking. Like it's just not me. It's not my character. It's not my nature anymore. So all glory to God. I thank God for salvation, and I thank Him for saving me. And if you find yourself struggling to let go, please know that God will help you. Just ask Him.